We need to understand this story little deeply. Only then the true meaning of the story will be revealed to our being. The true meaning of the story will be understood. The story says Brahma and Vishnu were fighting with each other, trying to find who is big guy. Then suddenly Shiva appeared. Shiva said, any one of you try to find my feet or head. Whoever finds my feet or head will be declared as the greatest person. And Brahma tries to find the head. Vishnu tries to find the feet. Unfortunately, not only they were not able to find, they realized nobody can find. Vishnu, the moment he realized, he surrendered, and Shiva blessed him. Just because Vishnu surrendered, Shiva blessed him with and the truth. Brahma, even though he was not able to find, does not want to surrender, doesn't want to agree that he can't find. So he tries to find some false witness, a flower which was in the Shiva's head. He tried to bring that flower as a witness. The flower was falling from Shiva's head for ages. And Brahma tried to catch that flower and made that flower as a duplicate witness, false witness. But Shiva knows the truth and he curses not the flower too. And finally Brahma realizes the truth. The moment Brahma surrendered, Shiva reveals the truth too. Very beautiful story. The deep significance. As I was telling, Brahma represents, Vishnu represents money. Both of them constantly fight. Who's a big guy? Intellect and money. When they are fighting, suddenly the truth stands in front of them. The life. Continuously, the intellect and money is fighting. Our ordinary life is nothing but the fight between intellect and money. Suddenly truth stands in front of us and tells the money and intellect, try to find my head or feet. Neither money nor intellect can find the beginning or end of life. Beginning or end of life cannot be controlled by intellect or money. Not only it cannot be controlled, it can't be altered, changed. When you can't do anything with your beginning and end, then you can't do anything in between also. Life is life. But neither the intellect nor the money is ready to surrender. Intellect tries to find the head. Brahma goes in the form of swan to find the head. Vishnu goes in the form of pig to find the feet. Both of them are trying their best. Vishnu goes. For ages he is digging. Finally he realizes the truth. He won't be successful. At one point, he just wants to mark the spot to which extent he travelled. He ties a bell. Still in all Shiva's murtis, Shiva's idols, you will see a bell near the calf muscle. You will see a bell that is tied by Vishnu Vishnu was able to travel only to that distance. Whether in Nataraja or Dakshinamurti, in all Shiva Murtis, you will see that well. Vishnu tried, he understood, he realized he can't see, he can't achieve, he can't get the truth. One important thing, truth is revealed in this. When you run behind the money to achieve the eternal happiness, Nityananda, at one point you will realize the money can't give you that. That is what is meant by this line, by this story. Vishnu realizes he can't achieve, he can't find, he surrenders. If you travel, if you try to find through money, you will realize at one point it can't be achieved, you will surrender. The moment Vishnu surrendered, Shiva revealed the truth and gave him the ultimate experience. But Brahma, intellect, cannot surrender. That is the biggest problem. If you travel in the path of intellect and try to find the truth, not only you won't find, the big difficulty will be you will not be even having that humbleness to accept that you will not find or you have not found. You will not have that humbleness. You will not be able to surrender. You will not be able to relax. You will not be able to say that you have not found. Not only you won't be able to say you have not found, you will try to bring all false witnesses. Brahma, not only he was not able to find, he can't accept that he did not find. So he brings false witness, the flower which was near the head of Shiva and which was falling for ages. He actually caught the flower and asked, the Brahma asked that flower, "You are from where?" The flower says, "I am from the hair of Mahadeva, Shiva." Brahma asked, "How long you are traveling?" The flower said, "For 4 Brahma's age I am traveling. Still I have not reached even Mahadeva's face." Brahma understands. He has only one age, means one kalpa. This flower is traveling for 4 kalpas. He understands he can't find, but he can't surrender. He catches that flower and says, "Why don't you come back and tell Shiva that I saw his head and I brought you from his head?" Flower says, "I don't have a problem. After all, I am going down. I can do a small favor for you." Understand, if you try to do something wrong, even for doing good to others, you are in trouble. Even for doing good to others, if you try to do anything adharmic, anything which is not right, you are in trouble. This flower thought, after all, Brahma is asking me a small favor. Why can't I do? He said, "Okay." And Brahma comes down and says, "I found your head and this is the witness." Shiva knows where he kept the flower. That is the biggest problem. Again and again this intellect thinks it can hide from enlightened being. It can do whatever it wants and it can escape. It can get away with it. Understand? Enlightened being is a person who played with his intellect. So you can't play with him with your intellect. But we always miss the game, thinking that we can play with him with our intellect. He played with his intellect itself. And how can he be caught by your intellect? No. You are playing with intellect, he played with the intellect itself. Brahma tried to play with his intellect to Mahadeva. Mahadeva straight away knows the truth. And he just says only one thing. Because you tried to play with your intellect, let you not be worshipped in the planet Earth. You are not worthy of worship. And he says to that flower, just because you told a lie, you have been a false witness. And the moment both of them realized the mistake, the flower and the Brahma both fell at the feet of Shiva and cried, please forgive us. Surrendered. The moment they surrendered, Shiva forgives both of them and releases them from the curse. Shiva says, as an exemption, you will always be worshipped in my temple in the north side. In all Shiva temple, northern side, where the Tirtha, the holy water comes out, you will see Brahma's Murti standing there and continuously purifying himself by the Charanamrita, the holy water from Mahadeva's feet. The same way, the flower was also blessed. Mahadeva says, you will not be used for worship, but as an exemption, one day, on Shivaratri day, you will be used for my worship. This is the very day Mahadeva expressed himself, appeared in front of Vishnu and Brahma and gave them enlightenment, the ultimate truth. This is the very day, every year, the same intense cosmic consciousness, intense Shiva energy falls on planet Earth, envelops the planet Earth, raises the whole collective consciousness of the planet Earth to a different frequency. You are all blessed to spend this beautiful time in the energy field, in the presence of an enlightened being. Do not waste your energy just running behind intellect or comfort. Intellect and comfort, both of them are utility in the life. It is needed for a certain level, but that is not life itself. Life is far beyond the currency and logic. Life is something to be intensely lived, loved, experienced beyond logic and currency. Vishnu represents the Mamakara, identity you carry within you and believe as you. Brahma represents the Ahankara, the identity which you project to the outer world. Neither Ahankara nor can realize the truth, can give you the truth. Only the cosmic energy, your very being, which is beyond Ahankara, only that can show the truth to your very being. Shiva, who is cosmic consciousness, is embodiment of existential energy, takes you beyond Ahankar and Mamakar, because neither Ahankara nor Mamakara can reach, can understand, can realize Mahadeva. Take this moment take this opportunity to go beyond ahankara and mamakara and unclutch yourself from these two and experience Mahadeva, Shiva, intensely. Pray to that energy. Please understand, praying is trying to tune yourself to that energy. Don't think prayer is just empty words. Prayer is nothing but expressing the truth through intense sankalpa. If you express it just with your sankalpa, it's meditation. If you express it with your sankalpa and the divine help, it is prayer. Intensely create a deep prayerful mood, prayerful feeling, and recite Mahadeva's name, the Maha Mantra, Panchakshara, with your whole being, and pray to him. Let him reveal himself to you. Let him reveal the truth to you. Let him give you the ultimate experience, which is beyond intellect and money, which is beyond ahankar and mamakar. The truth which is revealed to Vishnu and Brahma, let it be revealed to you. Mahadeva appeared as the cosmic fire, cosmic consciousness, the same moment, exactly this very moment, to bless, to enlighten Vishnu.
Yes, Nityanandam. So we had the direct explanation about the story of Lingodbhava by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism directly. So now we'll get into the next segment of significance of this Lingodbhava story by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So Vishnu represents the Mamakara and believe as you. Brahma represents the Ahamkara, the identity which you project to the outer world. Neither the Ahankara nor the Mamakara can realize the truth or give you the truth. So Paramashiva, who is the cosmic consciousness, is the embodiment of existential energy, takes you beyond Ahankara and Mamakara because neither Ahankara nor Mamakara it can reach, understand and realize Mahadeva. So if you see, there is a great significance in this story. So you cannot attain the eternal bliss, Nityananda, with either intellect or with wealth. So going upwards like Brahma is Rajas, passion without value. And going downwards like Vishnu is Tamas, inertia or lethargy.
It has a very beautiful spiritual significance. Now, we cannot attain enlightenment either with either of these two attributes. Vishnu represents wealth, intellect. Brahma represents Rajas, represents Tamas. So, in this very same story, the supreme point of Hinduism is explaining the different dimensions, the different angles, how caught either in complete non-doing tamas or in complete what we call as um, restlessness, which is called the rajas, which is the very attribute of rajas. Or we get caught in the intellect, missing the ultimate truth and wisdom, or we get caught in the search of wealth. We run behind money, wealth, and lose the ultimate purpose of human life, or we think that knowledge is much more superior and we keep seeking more and more intellect based knowledge, not the wisdom based knowledge. So there's a big difference between intellect and intelligence. So here we are talking about intellect. And the Supreme Court so beautifully says it is redundant to waste your energy running behind intellect or comfort. Whether intellect is greater or wealth, neither can lead to the ultimate truth or the ultimate bliss. That is exactly what the Supreme Pontiff is revealing. So here, the ultimate, when the Paramashiva manifested as Lingodbhava and again going to manifest today as Lingodbhava, he is telling us, teaching us, making us experience that neither intellect nor wealth can give us the ultimate experience. Intellect and comfort, yes, both of them are just utility value in life. Well, yes, it is needed for a certain level, but it is not life itself. Life is something to be intensely lived, loved, experienced, and it is beyond logic and currency. So when we look into your life, I really want all of our viewers who are watching this today, when we are looking into our lives and understanding about, okay, what are we running behind? So before we move on to that, I just want each of us to maybe take a few minutes and come back to YouTube and share. What do you think you are running behind in your life? What do you value the most? Right? Let us look back and ask ourselves, what do I value the most? There is no right or wrong answer here. But when we look in behind, I think, okay, knowledge, I have to study more and more, or I don't have that knowledge, whether I have it or I don't have it. That is what we are looking at. Or when we are looking at money. Oh, if I have money, all my problems will be solved. If I have more and more wealth, I'll have, all my problems will be solved. So what are we really looking at in our life? What are we running behind? What are we seeking in our life? I request all of viewers for watching us on Nityananda TV, PH Nityananda channel, and do share from your experience. If you look back into your life, what are we running behind? What do we think? What do we give the highest position, saying, okay, this is the greatest. If I have this, I will have everything else in life. So what are we feeling like that in our life inside of us? Please do come and share your experience in the YouTube chat. What are you considering as the ultimate? What are you seeking? And what do you feel? If I have this, I will have everything else in life. Is that knowledge? Is that wealth? Is that good career? Is that good relationship? What is that we are running behind in our life? Please come to YouTube and go ahead and share your experiences while we continue to move on to the other segments. Now, just wanted to also take a moment to explain while each of you are answering here. Okay, so we have Ma Devika Rani from Malaysia. She has said, I used to go behind knowledge and spirituality. I used to think having education is important in life. So beautifully shared, Devikama. So many of us feel if I have the right knowledge, if I have the right education, I will be able to excel in life. Well, education is not bad at all. Intellect is not wrong. Yes, as you are saying, it is not the right context. See, education is not bad because all of us should get educated. We should have the right knowledge. But we need to understand the ultimate knowledge is the knowledge of the inner world. The ultimate knowledge is the knowledge of yourself. The ultimate knowledge is the knowledge of enlightenment. When we are grounded in the completion, when we are grounded in the then you can go behind any other knowledge out in the outer world. It will not distract you from the true purpose of your life. It will not make you as the Brahma before he was blessed with enlightenment. He may think sometimes the dry intellects, they think, oh, they are the ultimate. Their knowledge is ultimate. And the knowledge never surrenders. That intellect will not attribute of surrender. It'll always think it knows more than anybody else. That aspect of intellect more than anything else. I know more than anybody else. That is the removing the arrogance which comes along with your intellect. Oh, I know more than anybody else. I know it. I don't need to learn from you. I know much more than you. I know much more than this person. That attribute of that intellect. Wealth, at least, see, when you have wealth, you will feel like, I can do everything. But suddenly when the wealth goes off, you have no other choice. Your foundation is collapsed. At that time, at least you will surrender. But the intellects will never have that surrender because what is it? Every time you will feel, even if you don't know, you will still feel, I know, and I am superior than others, or I know more than others, I have much more knowledge than others. So intellect never surrenders, never agrees that it doesn't know the ultimate. Even though it knows, it will not agree that it doesn't know. So yes, Devikama, beautifully you have answered. Practicing and embracing the lifestyle Bhagavan is offering daily is the most valuable, and that's the right knowledge that will awaken the ultimate wisdom in us. So beautifully explained. Yes. And we have YouTube, one of our participants asking, when can I join Kailasa? You can join Kailasa right away. And you can, all you have to go to do 90s Kids. I know what's your exact name, but you can go to the Kailasa website. You can go to kailasa.org/free-e-passport to join Kailasa and avail the free passport. And we have begun Chapagain saying, I was also used to believe that having a degree of electrical engineering, everyone will respect me. And you said you fooled yourself by thinking that the respect doesn't come from outside. The respect comes when we have respect for ourselves. So Bigyan Ji, you really need to look in and identify where you feel the self-doubt or self-hatred inside of you. When you complete that, you will realize nobody can give respect or disrespect you. You are beyond all of that. And really, if you attend the Paramashivoham program, it can really help you where you will stop looking for respect from outside. You will start respecting yourself. That is the ultimate respect. Yes, Manoj Bala, Nityanandam, Namaste. And Eva Anderson, thank you so much for your kind support and contribution to Kailasa. So thank you everyone. And if you have any more questions or insights on this aspect, this is the ultimate aspect that today Paramashiva is leading us through and giving us that experience that neither intellect nor the wealth is the ultimate for us. Yes, they are utility values in life. You can use them as utilities. Not that the intellect is not bad, wealth is not bad. But when you think that intellect alone is enough, wealth alone is enough, that is the highest and greatest, and you start worshipping something which is not the ultimate, that is when life teaches you and makes you realize. So the whole happening of Lingodbhava is the ultimate compassion of Paramashiva when he makes us realize that neither intellect or wealth is ultimate. Enlightenment is the ultimate. So that is the very happening of Arunachala, and that very same happening is going to reoccur today in the very auspicious time of Pradosham. So that is why today the program timings are a little different, because the darshan of Bhagavan Lingodbhava is going to happen during the Pradosham time today. So that is why we have altered our timing so that the very auspicious darshan can happen. So it's going to happen at around 5 o'clock. We'll be letting all of you know. So yeah, we have Edison responding on the YouTube chat saying the ultimate is bhakti because only gods can give you that, not a diploma nor wealth. Neither your education can give you the bhakti nor the wealth can. You can buy bhakti with wealth. That's ultimately true. So wonderful. Edison, thank you so much for your comment. Okay, so the next segment that we are going to go is the very happening of Paramashiva, who happened as Lingodbhava. That was the very, very, very first incarnation, or I should say, incarnation of the formless consciousness in a formless form. The Lingodbhava happening, the very light shaft of Paramashiva, the fire column, the column of fire that Paramashiva appeared, was the first appearance of the superconsciousness in the pure superconsciousness appearing in a formless form. The superconsciousness by itself doesn't have any form. That superconsciousness appearing in a formless form is what is Lingodbhava. Now we are going to share with you the scriptural reference, the Shastra Pramana of how Bhagavan Paramashiva, when he appeared as Lingodbhava, he gave a threefold promise to humanity. And what are the scriptural references and what exact promise that Paramashiva gave to humanity is what we are going to see in the next segment. Yes. Now, the living incarnation of Paramashiva. Paramashiva lineage represents the tradition of gurus or enlightened masters in Tiruvannamalai, also called Arunachala. Starting from Paramashiva himself, the lineage of Paramashiva prevails to fulfill the Paramashiva's promise to humanity to be an eternal guiding force through an unbroken lineage of enlightened masters, gurus, hailing from Tiruvannamalai to sustain the ecosystem, the enlightenment ecosystem. So let us understand what it is. Paramashiva's promise to humanity. Now, Paramashiva appears as an infinite effulgence of light in Tiruvannamalai to bless humanity. The Arunachala Purana, the epic history of Arunachala, reveals that at that point in time, Paramashiva made a promise that he will always be available in Arunachala in three forms. As the hill Arunachala, as the Jyotirlingam, as the Arunachaleshwara deity in the temple, in the form of the living incarnation in the holy town of Tiruvannamalai. So Paramashiva says, I will always be available in Tiruvannamalai in three forms. As the deity, as the very hill Arunachala, as the deity, as the Tiruvannamalai. Constantly Paramashiva says, I will always be available. The Lingodbhava, the column of light, the fire shaft that appeared, settled down as the hill. So the very appearance of Lingodbhava, who appeared without the beginning and an end, an unending column of fire, that unending column of fire settled down as Arunachala, settled down as the hill Arunachala. So now we are going to see the references from the Hindu scriptures where Paramashiva has given this threefold promise to humanity. The Kshetra of Tiruvannamalai is the very place on earth where Paramashiva declared as his home thousands of years ago in three divine forms. The sacred hill Arunachala, the Linga Arunachaleshwara, and in the form of the incarnation of Paramashiva, who lands time and again in the human body. In the fourth form, which was not declared by Paramashiva and yet still seamlessly manifested, he lives as Shiva Sarva Gugashaya, as Shiva who resides in the heart of all. So Paramashiva appears in three forms, which is as the healing incarnation, as a guru. There is an unbroken lineage of enlightened masters, and also in the fourth form, which is in the hearts of each and every one of us. So here you can see the beautiful picture, the sacred, just go back one slide now. So the sacred hill Arunachala. So that is the hill that you actually see, the hill. That hill is called Arunachala. This is in the holy town of Tiruvannamalai, where Swamiji was born and brought up.